It has been about 5 years since I filmed a Moxie Girlz collection video, and that's because I unfortunately did not have the best luck finding these dolls secondhand, which is generally speaking how I build my collection. But this past year I celebrated my 7th anniversary of collecting Moxie Girlz. They were a really huge part of my doll history. They inspired me to create more for my dolls in terms of accessories and jewelry, and also kind of just embrace my personal tastes and not let other people's opinions of dolls define what I wanted to collect. Because of that, I was thinking in a very nostalgic way about Moxie Girlz, and I decided to go on the internet and buy some of the dolls I had been really wanting and see what sort of deals they had. So there are some of these dolls that were not in my previous video that I have found in the past 5 years secondhand, but most of them were purchased online. Typically, if I'm really interested in collecting a specific type of doll and I don't have the best luck finding them, and they also are a specific size, and maybe I don't have a lot of spare clothes to dress Moochie flea market rescues, I don't mind spending time buying them online. With that being said, this whole video is formatted entirely differently than my last one. I not only have new dolls, but I'm not going to be showing them on the shelves, as you can see some of them here. I have them all laid out in my sister's room in the traditional 1000 Splendid Dolls style, grouped by character, so you can see all my Averys together, for instance, all my Sophinas, and I'm giving every single doll a kind of like a special tidbit story behind them. So that's why the video is so long. For that reason, in the future, if I get more Moxie Girlz enough to update a collection video, they'll be all divided by character. So this is the last time I'm going to be filming like a really big video like this for them. With that being said, if you want to know more about these dolls, if you want to see pictures of them, facial close-ups, and what they came with in terms of outfits and accessories, feel free to check out my Moxie Girlz album on Flickr down below. I really recommend that if you're trying to identify a doll rather than toggling back and forth in this video. There's not a lot of good photos of them online, so anyone can view those albums if you're interested. So let's get to the video. Okay, so these first two are both first edition Averys. Now they're not labeled as first edition. You're going to notice as we get on to the video that a lot of the dolls are generically packaged, and they also have recycled facial screenings and hairstyles. So it can be super confusing to identify them because they're not very distinctive. However, they do have these stamps on their backs. You can see here she has like a 2009 80E. That 09 is indicative of the year from what I've seen in my collection. I can't confirm that, but MGA dolls, whether it's Bratz or LOLs, I've noticed that there's a consistency with that number before the 3-letter code, and that indicates their year of release. So that can help you pinpoint it if you're trying to figure out who you have. First lady here I got on a lot on eBay back in 2014. It was a really cheap lot, and the dolls had their whole outfits. They were missing their little accessories, but they had all of their clothing, and then they had really wild hair. You can actually find pictures of them in my Dolly Transformations album. They were some of the first pictures I started saving for my Flickr. And I wanted kind of the fixer-up project, but the complete dolls. And I basically was just searching like Moxie Girlz on eBay every day and like Moxie Girlz lot. And they weren't labeled as first edition, so that's how I was actually able to find them, was just through a generic search. But I have to say that the one I found at the flea market is even prettier. Her hair sits nicer and her face paint's a little bit more flattering. I got her naked with just her shoes for $1 at the flea market. I remember she was on a table with tools, and I just felt so bad for her, and I knew she must be first edition Avery because of the shoes and the stamp, but I had clothes at that point for her to wear, so this is the after school skate outfit that she's wearing, but she's, I believe, first edition. Then we have Best Friends Avery. She sold in a 2-pack with Sophina. Now, my very first Moxie Girlz female doll was actually a Best Friends Avery. I got her in 2012 on Father's Day in this lot of Bratz dolls that Colleen and I got. They were actually being separately sold for I think $2 or $3 each, but we made a deal on the whole group of them because we weren't sure which dolls were wearing what outfit pieces, but they were all properly dressed in Bratz clothes. So we kind of just got these 2 Moxie Girlz as like a bonus. They were part of the lot, and one of them was a best friend's, Avery. I don't have her anymore because she had cut hair and was just wearing like this dress and then mismatched shoes. And not like mismatched in this way, but like Sophina and Avery both have like a black and a white shoe, but obviously Sophina's tanner, and whoever owned her had grouped, I think, both black shoes together or something. So I ended up getting rid of her, and it was something that I always regretted because I secretly knew I was going to get really into these dolls. So I stocked the best friends dolls. I was so upset when I missed out on a bid on eBay because I was stupid and I didn't like bid up. I just was like, I'll just bid $1 up from where it is, and I missed out, and I was really, really upset. So later on in the summer of 2014, actually at the time I got my fantasy hair dolls, someone on Amazon had this set boxed. I usually don't buy out-of-date stuff on Amazon because it tends to be overpriced, but it was a really good deal. So
I think it's like literally the only exception in our collection.
Well, Bubble Bath Monet. She is so amazing, and I recently made her and Sophie these like big lollipop earrings to be inspired by the lollipops they come with. She's one of my favorites. I love the green in her hair. 2009 Artitude Avery. She's the first Artitude wave. They made a lot of them, so you're supposed to color on their clothes, which is a big no-no. I got the whole Artitude set boxed on eBay for a steal. I wanted this particular wave because of Sasha, but I loved the outfits on all of them. They came with spare outfits, so she's actually wearing her second outfit, not her like main one that she was sold in. And I made her earrings too, and this little flower piece. I love the Artitude dolls just because they have like these really cool doodles on their outfits, and they have really long, beautiful hair. But I would never color in on their clothes because that's like, it's just horrible when people do it. It just bleeds all over. This is Artitude Best Friends Avery from 2010. So this was the second wave of Artitude. I actually wanted this set because it had Marin, and I got this in a lot with my horseback fun Sophina, and they all have saran hair, which is really nice from the 2010 wave, at least all the ones I've seen. She's really cute, and when I got her, her arm was actually like locked into place, and I was really worried that it might break, so I had to lubricate it. I have a whole video on how to like lubricate doll waist and stuff, but now she has free range of motion. Magic Hair Stampin' Style Avery. She has
2010?
Yes, this insanely long hair with beautiful streaks, and it's saran, my dolls anyways. I love hair gimmick dolls. Even if the gimmicks don't work, I just love dolls that are marketed with like colorful long hair. And she was actually in an eBay lot with this Magic Hair Head Games Avery. They were in a lot with other Moxie Girlz and some brats back in 2014, and Colleen actually found the lot. And I want to say it was a really good buy it now deal, and I decided to get it because the dolls were all super nice. Like, they had their things and they didn't look very played with. It all came with 2 swappable heads, Ida and Lexa. Ida and Lexa's heads. And originally I was going to give this one body to either Ida or Lexa because I thought they were more exciting, but when she came in the mail I just couldn't bear to do it. So I ended up finding them 2 donor bodies off eBay, so they are all with body now. Then we have 2010 Pets Avery. I was really excited to find her in 2014 at Walmart. There was this really awesome, like, shopping oasis that we discovered one day when Colleen went for a job interview.
And the job interview, mind you, was like a total bust. Like, it was in the middle of a snowstorm, and it was like an hour from the house, and they were wicked, wicked rude to me. And the only plus side is that we found that shopping oasis.
Walmart had aisles of clearance stuff, and it was like going into a really badly organized thrift store, and there would be things that were several years old, like sometimes 5 years old, piled up, and she was 4 years out of date when I got her, and she was on clearance, and she was the only one like her, and I was super excited because I didn't have the opportunity to get older Moxie Girlz brand new at the store because when I got into collecting. So then we have Magic Snow Avery from 2010. This is one of my absolute favorite lines. Her clothes are so thick and well made, she can't actually sit up well, and she has saran hair. I got her in a lot on Mercari with me and my sister Avery here. I also got other Magic Snow dolls. So I had been wanting more Magic Snow dolls since I got into collecting in 2014. But I just don't have luck finding them at the flea markets, and they're usually like naked and in bad shape. and I wanted them to have like their clothes and everything. So someone on Mercari is actually looking to compare prices of the Magic Snow camping tent, and I happened to see this lot, and it had another Magic Snow cabin. There was a bunch of dolls, including the Me and My Sister set, which I love. We'll get back to her in a minute. So that's why I bought it, and the seller was really nice. I have a transformation video either up already or it will be up by the time you're seeing this on that lot. She was in really gnarly shape. Her hair was wadded up and she was pretty dirty, but she looks great now. And the Me and My Sister set is iconic because of little Neve. She's the little sister Moxie Girlz. And I love sister sets. It reminds me of the Kid Core My Big Sister sets that Colleen and I collected when we were kids. And I made her these ridiculous ice cream cone earrings. I know they're way oversized. It's super, super sweet set, and it was definitely on my wish list, top like want list for Moxie Girlz. Then we have two basic dolls. They are both from 2011. This is the quote 4th edition basics and 5th edition basics. That's just how some collectors denote them, because there's really no other way to like specify what they are, and it makes it easier, like I think when talking about them, to have some way of like separating them out from one another, like 4th and 5th edition. So I got her at Walmart in that same one that Pets Avery came from. She was also slightly out of date, and I could tell she was really well made. She has this really thick denim skirt, thick tights, a beautiful top, and I loved that she was wearing yellow, so I bought her, and she was one of my first Moxie Girlz in my collection, actually. And then this really kind of scruffy looking lady is from the local flea market. She was one of my first flea market finds, and she was wearing her outfit, but she had like these weird stains on her face, and her hair was gross, and she smelled weird. But I still see her as shabby, even though she looks a lot better than she did. Speaking of shabby, Summer Swim Magic Avery. If you watch my transformation videos, she should look familiar to you. She was in the Christmas Miracles transformation video from 2020. I got her as a kind of Christmas gift from our relative Ray. He works at the town dump and he rescues dolls for us sometimes, and a few months before Christmas he found someone dumping in a bunch of dolls into the compactor, and he rescued them out, and one of them was this Summer Swim Magic Avery. Now when I got her, she had barely any of her original hair left. It was in bad condition, and then she had like this huge portion that had been cut. So there was no way to salvage her original hair, and her body is gimmicky because she's supposed to swim, so it wasn't like she'd be a good body donor, and because she was rescued from the trash and she was from Ray, I thought she was worth saving, so I bought her this pink hair and rerooted her with it, because the original Summer Swim Magic Avery is supposed to have color change hair. It's supposed to turn kind of like a pinky color, so that's what inspired it. And you can tell her clothes are in really bad condition, because
she's missing her bottoms.
Yeah, they were from the trash, and then these bottoms are just Sophina pants that she's wearing. So then we have the Target 3-pack Avery. This doesn't have an actual official name, but they're a 3-pack of dolls with Ida, Sophina, and Avery, and they're wearing recycled prints from the Best Friends pack, which I always was really interested in this set for that reason, because they're like this weird hybrid of recycled leftover materials, but none of it's actually like the same as what came on the Best Friends and the way it's sewn. So we found this for really cheap on Mercari because they actually spelled Moxie Girlz wrong, and it was on sale too. Colleen begged and pleaded with me to get this pack because she was so enchanted with it.
I made so many like bogus excuses for why we needed them that it could be a world record.
So I really wanted them too, which is why I caved, and I made them all these are polymer clay hearts. They're really paper thin that I put resin over. So they all kind of have like that best friendy look because I was inspired by the colors of the hearts on their outfits. Bubble Bath Surprise Avery. This was one of my first lines of Moxie Girlz I really wanted to complete, but I didn't complete it until this year, 2021. So these are really cheap, gimmicky, molded bath dolls for little kids, but this is one of my favorite collections of all time. I got this Avery and Sophina at that Walmart Oasis store back in 2014, and the reason was they were there. The glittery bodices for some reason intrigued me, and Avery was really cheap, but for some reason Sophina was only like $5 off, but we ended up buying both anyways. and I was really inspired to make them like hair accessories and earrings to make them look more expensive, and I flat ironed their hair and all of that. And I guess for me they represent what I love about doll collecting, is that it's not so much about the doll you have, it's about the love and care that you put into them. That they don't have to be this big expensive doll or be something that's like collectible and desirable to other people. It's really about how you choose to treat them, and that's really ultimately what inspired me to go crazy with all my Moxie girls and their jewelry and hair accessories. So she's definitely a personal favorite. True Hope Avery was the first Moxie girl I bought in store. I got her on the same day as True Hope Sophina and my fashion surprise Sophina. I had been thinking about collecting Moxie girls for like a few weeks. I started making a guide on them, which for me is like a signal that I'm going to get into collecting them, because I like to research things that I'm interested in, and I can never research something without getting into it. Yeah. At the time, Colleen only worked at like one job, so in the afternoons we would have time to do things. So when she got home from school that day, we were talking about Moxie girls, and we were like, let's go to Toys R Us. We happened to catch a sale. I got the 2 True Hope dolls marked down, and I planned to get them because I had all the True Hope brats, because both my parents had cancer, so obviously this line really resonated with me. And we had bought Jackson already. He was my first Moxie girl doll. It only seemed fitting to finish the set, and they also came with spare outfits. Not shoes, but spare clothes, so that was handy. And I love their facial screenings. They have less eyelashes. Then we have World of Sports Avery. I thought about getting her back the day I got True Hope Avery, but I ended up picking out World of Sports Lexa instead. For some reason, this doll really spoke to me. Avery is like my favorite Moxie Girls character because of that best friends Avery incident. So what we did is we stocked these dolls until they went on sale, and then we bought the rest of the World of Sports line when they got marked down to like half off at Toys R Us, and they were already like, I think $12.
They were cheap.
We were just like really cheap people. So yeah, I got them all the same day, and I really love Avery. Her outfit hasn't aged the best. You can see that it's kind of gone a bit goldy instead of true blue, but that just happens to this kind of like lame fabric. Fashion Surprise Avery and Fashion Snaps Avery. I'm going to talk about them together because they got them on the same day. We got them on a $5 deal at Toys R Us, so it was, you could get Fashion Snaps or Fashion Surprise dolls for $5 each, but there was a limit of 2 per customer. Colleen and I ended up like grabbing 2 each because I wanted to get the rest of the Fashion Surprise dolls to go with my Sophina, and then there were Fashion Snaps dolls that I liked. I'm fond of both of these Averys because they were some of my first in my collection, and they're whimsical and they're very unique looking because of the purple streaks and the lilac hair. But I mostly just got them because they were on sale. I'm not gonna lie. I love this doll's snap feature. It actually works out really well. You're supposed to like put these snaps in, but the Fashion Surprise gimmick is really lame. This is supposed to be a glove for you to wear, and I obviously made her this headband, and then this was just a tester with resin that I made, so it just became a hair clip for her. Then we have Cotton Candy Style Avery. This was another set that I stalked for a long time. I first saw them the day I got True Hope Avery in stores, but they were $20 each, and I'm really stingy about paying that for brand new dolls in the store. So I waited most of the summer for her and Sophina to get marked down, and then when I saw they went on sale on the website, we drove out to Toys R Us and we bought both of them. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's their sweets themed and they have cool colored hair, but I had to have these dolls. Definitely one of my favorite lines of all time. I'm going to say that a lot because I love them all. But they have these really cool little shoes and unique outfits, and this was just a accessory I made for a video actually, like a tutorial, and I just gave it to her because it went well with her vibe. 2013 Poopsie Pets Avery. So this was the first Poopsie Pets wave. I love the Poopsie Pets. I mean, pooping pets, and they're ridiculous animals too, like bunnies and unicorns, and they poop out like rainbow colored poops or peanuts, like weird things like that. And Colleen and I just have a bathroom related sense of humor. So I would have gotten the first wave of these when they were in stores, but they didn't get marked down, and by the time I was heavily into collecting Moxie Girls, it was the 2014 wave that was in stores. But I actually found her at a local charity store after, I want to say, my dentist appointment one year, and she was like $2, I think. She's in one of my transformation videos, I believe, and she's got this really high quality outfit. I don't have her pet, unfortunately, but the doll herself is adorable.
Is she in the same video as the Mama Heart rewrote?
I think so, yeah, because I got Mama Heart from there. And this is actually a handle from, I think, a Bratz Music Festival Vibes box. Then we have Camping Adventures Avery. I adore camping-themed anything for dolls, play sets, the dolls themselves, fashions, because my parents, when we were kids, we didn't go to like Disney or really anywhere fancy for vacations. We would always go camping. We'd go at campgrounds in our state or in neighboring states, and we'd sometimes have tent, or we'd sometimes go in a trailer. And I have a very like fond place in my heart for camping for that reason.
I'm not that fond of camping. I think that Barbie camping is so much better than people camping.
I loved camping. I love like the outdoors. Our first Barbie play sets were Golden Dream motorhomes, so that was like the basis for a lot of our like doll games. They'd live in mobile homes and they'd travel, and I think that's also part of what inspires me about camping themed dolls. I really, really, really loved this set when I saw pictures of them on the Moxie Girlz website when I was doing some research, and I waited for them to come out. And I remember the first time I saw them was at this Walmart, and I almost bought Sophina. I talked myself out of it, and then like we were back 2 weeks later, they were on sale. So I'm really glad I waited. I like Avery's outfit the best because she's got this cool little plaid top and shorts, but her arm is fused into place because she's supposed to shoot like a bow and arrows.
This is one of the lines I really pushed for.
Yeah. And then we have Fantasy Hair Avery. This line was so hard to find here in the United States. I don't know that it ever hit stores around here. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but in my area anyways, I never saw them. I waited and waited and waited to see them. They turned up on Amazon's website. They were $25 each, so they were actually kind of expensive to buy. But when I saw them, I was like, well, I really want this set. I love mermaid dolls, and I'm not going to find them in the store, and I don't know how I'll get them on eBay or something later. So I ended up buying the set of them for, like, I want to say my birthday in 2014, and I got them with Best Friends, the Best Friends pack. Like, I just ordered them all together, even though the Best Friends pack was from an individual Amazon seller. I love mermaid dolls. It's not because I liked playing with them as mermaids as a kid. I don't know. I just love like the hair colors, the oceanic theme. And these are really cool. Even though they have painted bodices and like bikini bottoms, I still think they're really worth the price. They come with all these cool little hair doodads, and they came with bare feet too. So you don't have to worry about them walking around peg-legged when their mermaid tails aren't on. I think the design of it was actually quite clever. She's might be my favorite. I don't know. Then we have Baker Avery. I saw these at Toys R Us by accident one day when we just popped in, and I was like, what? They make food-themed Moxie Girlz? But they were $20 each, and I'm cheap. So I waited until they went on sale for like half off, and I want to say I got Sophina and Avery together after we filed our taxes in 2015. They're from one of my first haul photos on Flickr. And then I got Kellen later on that summer. What I love about these dolls is they got me into making polymer clay charms because they don't have earrings, but I wanted to make them something food related. So this was one of my first attempts at polymer clay. It's not really that great, but it's a little pizza slice to go with her pizza theme. But interestingly, the recipe she comes with and the food items she comes with are for baking like sweets. So this is Sunkissed Magic Hair Avery. I actually got her on sale at Target with Monet. I only saw this line at Target. Some of the later 2014 and 2015 Moxie Girlz really weren't in stock around where I live. They were very difficult to find. I'm really glad that Target had them, and I waited until they got marked off to, I want to say, about half off, and that's why I bought them. I really loved Monet's outfit, so she was the one I definitely knew I was going to buy one way or another. But I really liked Avery because she has these beautiful blue streaks and this really cute cloud and rainbow dress that reminds me of something Kidcore Katie would wear. It's actually something I really love about Moxie Girlz in general. The colorful, whimsical styling reminds me of Kidcore dolls, which are clones from the early 2000s and 90s. Colleen and I had tons of them growing up. My Poopsie Pets 2014 Avery dolls. I have two. So the lady in the right outfit, I love Poopsie Pets, but I did not want to pay $20 for this wave for every doll. So I thought I would wait until they got marked down. I was on Toys R Us's website one day and I noticed that they were all marked at $7, I think, $7 or $8. And I was like, oh, great, I can buy the whole line and I would qualify for free shipping. So I ordered the 3 dolls, and then within like a few days, we got this email that said that they couldn't fulfill the whole order because they didn't have Lexa or Kellen in stock. However, they honored the free shipping with just Avery, and I was really disappointed at the time because she was my least favorite, because Kellen and Lexa come with such cool pets and outfits. But when she arrived, I was so grateful just to have her because I didn't think I'd end up with anyone from the set. I was really nervous. I thought she might not show up. And I made her this cute little hair clip. I painted those flowers. And then her twinsy over here, she was kind of a mistake purchase. I was at the Salvation Army. She's actually in one of my transformation videos, if I'm not mistaken. I think with my rats, my 2010 cruiser. She was wearing this dress and I thought that it might be hers because it looks sort of like a Moxie Girlz dress that I had seen before, but when I got her home I realized that no, this can't be hers because I compared it to my Moxie Girlz guide. And then I looked at her stamp and I realized she's from 2014. You know, she kind of looks like my Poopsie Pets doll. So yeah, I just ended up with a duplicate, but Colleen picked this outfit for her to wear. It's more to me Lexa's spare outfit with some Sophina shoes. And I just love how much personality this little schoolgirl look gives her. So, like, now I can't imagine my collection without her. Sometimes it's fun just to get duplicates to put in the spare outfits. And then, last but not least for the Averys is my beloved knitting fun doll. These dolls are box dated 2014, but I believe they came out in 2015. And like I said, we really didn't get a lot of the later Moxie Girlz lines here in the United States, and especially in my area. I remember seeing images of these dolls online, and I was stoked about it. I love crafting with my dolls, and the fact that they came with little like knitting kits for beginners, I thought was the bomb.com. And I mean, look at Avery, the high pony, the rainbow themed outfit, so something Kid Core Katie would wear. So I waited and waited, and I stocked these dolls online, and I waited for them to appear in stores, and I just never really got like the chance. I do remember seeing them for full price on Amazon and Walmart, but I was sort of talked myself out of it, like, oh, I bet they'll get marked down to like $15 at least because they were $20 originally, and I'm again stingy about paying that, generally speaking. But I ended up missing out because of that. I decided to look them up, and someone actually had Avery and Kellen on eBay for, they were really cheap. They were like under $20 each box, and they had a make offer button. So Colleen and I made an offer on both Kellen and Avery, and we went back and forth with the seller, and we ended up getting them for pretty cheap each. I want to say they were less than retail. Then a few days later, the seller messaged us and said, you know, I can't find the dolls. I've checked everywhere. I don't know where I put them. I'm really sorry. I'll check one more time, and if not, I'll refund the money. It turns out they somehow lost both dolls. I don't know how that happened. Maybe they have a lot of stock, or maybe they were moving or something. I was absolutely devastated because I never saw these dolls listed on eBay, and when they would usually be from out of the country, like United Kingdom or something, and they'd have astronomical shipping fees. So I did find someone who had Avery. She was like, I don't know, maybe $30 to $40. And I was like, I'm so devastated that I'm willing to pay that amount so I can get this Avery doll, because she was the one I was most looking forward to get. I did end up buying her, and ironically, if I had just bought them in the first place, it would have saved me a lot of heartache and a little bit of money, but that's okay because the wait made her so worthwhile. And actually, it was the Knitting Fun Dolls that started the whole binge this year. So I did make her this headband. I knit it. It's not really the best quality because I used really thin thread that came with her, and it looked weird, but it's a really cute idea, and it was fun to knit an accessory for her. So now we're on to my Sophina dolls. This is first edition Sophina. I got her on eBay in the same lot that I got my first edition Avery and Lexa from. She's actually my only first edition doll that's not duplicated. I really love the quality of her outfit. I think she has the nicest outfit. She's got these real denim jeans and this very pretty satin top. Then we have Artitude Sophina from 2009. Also from the same lot my Avery came from. She's wearing her second outfit. I actually change their outfits on display from time to time, just like my 2010 Bratz Party dolls. My best friend's Sophina actually came from the same place my Avery did. I did not have this Sophina when I got my first best friend's Avery that I mentioned who had cut hair. She was long gone, so I never had this Sophina before until this doll who I got on Amazon, and I really like her outfit. I prefer it over Avery's. It's got this really cool vest thing, and I made her these ridiculous polymer clay lollipop earrings, and she has a little best friend necklace too. Then we have my Masquerade Ball Sophina. This outfit might look familiar. It's the same one as Costume Party Yasmin Pretty Pirate from 2008. I'm not sure if the size is exactly the same. I think the size is slightly off, but it's a recycled outfit idea. And there's actually two versions of these Masquerade Ball Sophinas. So these are like the style of the Bratz boots that Yasmin wears, but they're sized for Moxie Girlz. Their pegs are different widths. They can't share shoes, but you can see how like mature these are. I guess parents complained, so MGA released a second version that had sneakers. So some will come in like this sneaker mold in black and white, if I'm not mistaken. So I have one of the earlier Sophinas. Oh, and something cool about the 2009 dolls that I forgot to mention before is that not only can you date your doll by the ELE stamp, but original Moxie Girlz, like the 2009 and first waves of 2010, had these flat hands, and then the later ones had these like much more soft, delicate, feminine hands. I actually prefer the look of these big chunky hands. I think they're really cute. I got her at the flea market for, I want to say, $1 in 2015 or 2016. She's really cute. And then we have my Jammas Sophina and my Magic Hair 2009 Sophina, and also talk about this 2010 Artitude Sophina. I got all three of them at the same time. This guy at the flea market had some Disney princess dolls and Moxie Girlz, who I never see in the wild, and I was really, really excited. I have a transformation video from 2016 with them in it. He gave us a bundle deal on them, if I'm not mistaken. Sophina, I remember her head was shoved down or like really loose or something. There was a problem with her head, and I think what the thing is this Sophina here, this Magic Hair doll, is supposed to come with a spare head, which I do not have. I think the kid who owned this Sophina liked this doll but wanted to use the spare head, so they thought they could use this body, but when they tried to pull it off, the neck knobs on the switchable head dolls are different. They're like around. They kind of look like a pill. They don't have any barbs sticking out because they're meant to be easy change. So this poor doll, her head was like coming off, and I'm lucky her neck wasn't broken. And this obviously is Magic Hair Sophina. She's cute. I love this little like thing I made for her, and these beads I've had since these bow beads I've had since I was probably in preschool or kindergarten. They actually have another set of 2009 Magic Hair dolls. I didn't know that there was another 2009 version of Avery and Sophina. You can tell like they're in totally different outfits, but I was actually in the midst of filming this collection video, and I did it in parts, like installments. I didn't film everything in one day. And I was looking on eBay at something, and I saw in the new listings this Magic Hair doll and her spare head. And I was like, whoa, hold the phone. I don't remember seeing that Sophina. I've made like a whole book for myself on Moxie Girlz. I spent an absurd number of hours researching them, and I knew I hadn't seen her before. I checked all of my like information, my pages on my Google Drive and stuff, and she wasn't on there. So she was really cheap. She was, I think, like $15 or $16 with her spare head, and she had all of her stuff. So I bought her while in the process of filming this video. So this is actually out of order. This Sophina segment is technically the last one I filmed. Fun fact. So this doll was on just the mannequin stand, and I had this body from a lot on eBay. I bought a bunch of bodies, I think. It might have also been a body donor. I believe I found one Moxie Girlz doll at the flea market with super cut hair, and it might have been a Sophina. I can't remember. It almost looks like Monet because of her blondie hair, but she doesn't have the beauty mark. And the way to distinguish these two lines, like if you happen to have both, so they both come with spare heads, they both come with the same tools and hair gels and things. Their outfits are different, but the one notable difference on their packaging is that this 2009 version has easy brush hair, which is saran. So if you ever see an MGA doll marketed with easy brush hair, that means they have saran, because they started doing that because I guess parents were complaining about the nylon hair, so she has nylon hair. I don't know if they all do, but these ones seem to have easy brush hair. I think they're gorgeous. I'm really excited to have them. And this is just an Artitude fashion pack. It's actually from the same set that this doll is wearing, which we talked about her. I got her at the flea market. I forget what she was even wearing. I don't even think she was wearing Moxie Girlz clothes. Then we have my 2010, what is it, second edition basics, Sophina. I got her on eBay back in 2014 in a lot with my Magic Hair Head Games dolls and some Bratz and things. I really, really love her, and I've had her so long that it would be super weird to not have this doll. She reminds me of my 10th anniversary Yasmin because they have the same exact hairstyle. I think of her as Yasmin's little sister. Then we have Magic Snow Sophina. Gorgeous. She's featured in a transformation video on my channel. If it's not up already, it will be. I got her on Mercari with my second Magic Snow cabin and other Magic Snow dolls. She looked like she was in the worst shape of the dolls because her and me and my sister Avery, they were wearing pieces of each other's clothes, and this sweater was like super raunchy looking. So I had to spend a lot of time looking at the photos to make sure all of her outfit components were there, which they were. Then we have the fabulous Magic Hair Stampin' Style Sophina. Look at all that luscious saran hair. Gorgeous. I got her at the local Salvation Army in 2017, I want to say. She's on my channel somewhere in one of the haul videos. She was really cheap too, like $1 or $2. But you can see whoever had her played with the gel, and it stained her pants. They're supposed to come with colorful gel to like stamp things onto, and it ruined her pants. But she's still awesome. I love dolls with super, super long hair. It's very featherageous Bratz. Horse Riding Club Sophina. I got her in a lot with my Artitude best friends. She was just sort of there, and I thought, oh, well, since there's another Moxie Girlz doll I don't have, it makes the lot even like a better deal, because if I did the math for how much it cost. But I was not expecting to love her as much as I do. She has saran hair, and she comes in this adorable outfit. This is actually an enlarged version of 2007 Horseback Fun Bratz Kids Yasmin's outfit. And that was one of my first Bratz Kids Yasmin dolls, so I'm very fond of this outfit. And my Yasmin actually doesn't even have her whole outfit. I've slowly pieced her together over the years. Then we have Target exclusive 3-pack Sophina. I got her on Mercari boxed for really cheap with obviously Avery and Ida. They all have these really cool handmade heart charms that I showed. And you can see that this is the same fabric that was used on the Best Friends pack. Then we have True Hope Sophina. She is the best quality of all the True Hope dolls, in my opinion, including the Bratz. She has such thick pants, this poor girl can't even sit. Like, her back of her pants are wide open, like her booty is showing. She has to stand on display for that reason. But I got her at Toys R Us with my True Hope Avery that day. And I don't know, I think she might be the prettiest True Hope doll, too. I just love her facial screening. We have Bubble Bath Surprise Sophina. I got her at that amazing Oasis Walmart with lots of clearance choice. I believe she was the most expensive of my Bubble Bath surprise dolls before Monet that I found in the wild, basically, because she was 15. For some reason, Avery was marked down, but she wasn't. I like the color of her outfit the best from this line because it's this really cool lime green. And you can see I made hair accessories to go with it. Then we have World of Sports Sophina. I got her at Toys R Us on sale with all of my World of Sports dolls except Lexa. Her soccer uniform is actually really nice quality. And she comes with these really cute little stockings. Fashion surprise Sophina. I got her at Toys R Us the same day as my True Hope dolls. Now, I went there to get the True Hope dolls, and I was also curious to see what else they had in stock, but I honestly wasn't planning on buying other dolls besides the True Hope ones. But for some reason, this girl just spoke to me, and I could not leave her behind, and she wasn't on sale either. She was like a whole whopping $15. So I had to think about if I was going to buy her for a long time. But I love her cool hairstyle. It's got this like these mint green twists, and she has this really whimsical outfit. This little skirt thing is supposed to be a hand warmer for you.
To me, she's like what Moxie Girlz are all about. Like, she's whimsical and she's cute and she's fun.
Yes, she reminds me of those Kidcore fairy dolls that you had.
I love her.
Then we have Cotton Candy Style Sophina. I got her the same day as Cotton Candy Style Avery. If you're
How long you stalked this set,
I was
too.
obsessed. I checked like every week online to see if they got marked down. Now, I love Sophina's outfit because she has this cameo and this like really lacy dress. It looks very like Victorian vintage. I think the styling is very unique and it's amazing quality. And I love her pale blue hair. And we have Camping Adventures Sophina. I fell in love with this doll when I saw her for the first time at Walmart, and you know, I loved her so much that over time I forgot I waited for her to go on sale. I was convinced that I paid $20 for her, but I remembered better with more clarity when I started my Flickr account back in 2015 because I only had her for about a year at that time. And when I was rewriting my personal fun fact on her recently, I read that I actually did put her back even though it was really hard for me. So I waited to get her on sale, and I love her two braids. Dolls with two braids are some of my favorites. I just love this hairstyle, and I think her outfit is super charming.
She's my favorite in the line because she comes with food.
She does come with cool accessories. Thank you for reminding me. Fantasy Hair Sophina. She has this beautiful purple and blue outfit. I got her on Amazon with Avery and Monet. Not on sale. Like I said before, I don't believe these were stocked at stores here in the United States, and they definitely weren't, at least in my area. She has this beautiful purple hair and really beautiful glittery makeup. So, it's definitely one of my favorite Sophinas in my collection. But Baker Sophina has one of the coolest sets of all my Moxie Girls. She came with baking supplies, as her name would suggest. I got her with my baker Avery on sale at Toys R Us right after we filed their taxes in 2015. They're in one of my first haul photos on Flickr. The funny thing is, I didn't know they made Sophina the first time that we saw this line at Toys R Us. They just had Kellen and Avery in stock. But then when I went online, I saw that there was also this Sophina. So for some reason, there was a painter doll in this set and two bakers. And her outfit is the best quality. It's way, way nicer than Kellen and Avery's. Theirs are a little bit flimsier. And I made her this cupcake out of polymer clay because, you know, gotta do the obligatory food charm. Then we have Ice Cream Bike Sophina. She's one of my most sentimental dolls. So Ice Cream Bike Sophina actually was a really good seller, apparently. She was like in magazines and stuff. I guess she was very popular with the children. She's supposed to ride her ice cream bike and pedal it. So that's why she's sitting kind of funny, because she's one of those dolls that she has like slack in her knees so they can move on the bike. So she cannot stand on her own, not even for a minute. I really, really, really loved the look of this doll. I mean, do you see this cute outfit and this cute face? I added the bow, but like, she was cute even without the bow. I was hoping to get her on sale, but this was kind of expensive originally, like $35 I think, and I just couldn't justify that. And I remember I kept stalking her at Target because my local Walmart at that point wasn't carrying Moxie Girlz. We saw her at Kmart a few times. Kmart had her forever, and this was back in 2015. I went with my cousin's now wife to do her hair. She used to have me color her hair, and Sally's Beauty Supply was in the same plaza as Kmart, and Colleen said, oh, I'm gonna go to Kmart because I don't really want to look at the hair stuff. And she surprised me with the Sophina, who was on sale. She wasn't like super cheap, but she was probably $10 or $15 off.
And I knew that it was going to be like a huge regret of Shelly's if she didn't get her, because at some point I remember we had a chance to get her on like a decent deal, but she bought Ever After High dolls instead.
Yes.
At Burlington Coat Factory that same day. And she didn't want to spend like that much on dolls altogether. And it was a big regret of hers, so when I had the chance to buy her on some kind of sale, I was like, Shelly is going to complain for the rest of her life if she doesn't have this doll, so I think...
Yeah, so it meant a lot. The calling surprised me with her. And she's wearing an ice cream cone that actually was a tester for me and my sister. Behold the beauty that is Knitting Fun Sophina. She was my least favorite from this line, ironically.
She was my favorite.
Yeah, I was not a huge fan of her compared to Kellen and Avery, but she was actually going to be my only Knitting Fun doll after my order on eBay got canceled because the seller somehow lost Avery and Kellen. I had decided to get, when I thought I was getting Avery and Kellen, I had decided to buy this lovely Sophina because someone on eBay had her for, like, not a lot of money, but like, you know, in that $30, $35 price range. And I was like, well, it'd be kind of stupid not to buy Sophina because I've been looking for these dolls for years and sometimes you'll go a whole year and they won't be listed. So I decided to buy her, but then when my order got canceled, I was like, crap, I only overpaid for Sophina because I thought I was getting the other two and it would drive me crazy not having the whole set. But I was really grateful, like, to have gotten her. And she has this scarf I knit. This is actually the first one I knit and it turned out the best, but I think I did it too tight. It's really cute and I love her more in person than I did in photos. Like, now she's not my least favorite. I like her just as much as Kellen, and she's this really cute lion dress. To my Lexa dolls, we have two first edition Lexas. I got this lady on eBay in the lot with my Avery and Sophina. She was my first edition. I actually had her shoes for a long time. We got them in the Bratz Guy bin of 2011 and we thought they were Bratz Kids shoes until I got Bratz Kids and we realized that they were way too large because they have the peg holes like Bratz, but they were too small to be for a regular Bratz doll. And then her little friend over here, I have a whole transformation video on from back in 2017. I got her at the local Salvation Army before it closed. It closed because of the pandemic. But we found her there wearing her original outfit, so I do have her whole outfit. I just dressed her up in this fashion pack for display. And the reason why I bought her was because her hair was in really gnarly shape. Like, obviously it's not anymore, but it was really matted because it's nylon, and I thought that if someone else bought her, maybe they'd cut her hair or they'd throw her away eventually. So I figured since I like to flat iron dolls and fix them up, I'd get her. And I think she was only like $1. Then we have my Artitude Lexa from 2009. I got her in the eBay lot boxed with my Avery that I mentioned before. She is one of my favorites from this set because she comes with this really awesome second outfit that looks like a kimono, and it just does wonders for her green eyes. And we have Jamma's Lexa. She was one of my first Moxie Girlz I got secondhand in the wild. I believe I found her on the inside building of our local flea market. I think I got her the same day as one of my Liv Daniellas. And I was really excited because I immediately recognized her fancy pajamas. And these dolls also come with wigs, which are really weird and not practical because look how much hair she has. Tons of hair. Then we have Masquerade Lexa. I got her in 2020. She was from the same guy I got my Little Angels Palooza lot from. I did a whole transformation video on them, and she was from that same seller. Like a week later he had her. He thought she was a Bratz doll, so I was really excited obviously to find out it was Moxie Girlz. More to me Lexa. She has a cool story because she was the first Moxie Girlz doll I bought on eBay. Usually when I get into something, I kind of, if they're still available in the stores, I kind of get a feel for what's out. Then I go online and I get a feel for what they're selling for on eBay, and if they're, say, a slightly older line like Moxie Girlz have been out a few years, I'll see what kind of deals I can get. Because obviously I like to have a sampling of dolls from all of the eras, because I'm really intense like that. So I saw this Lexa and I was really intrigued because I remembered seeing the advertisements for the More to Me dolls online, and I loved that she came with a spare outfit. And her shirt's really cool because this is ABCD and it's supposed to reference ACDC. So I ordered her on eBay, and she was from our neighboring state. So I ordered her in the morning, I think, and then she came literally the next day. It was really cool. It was like in less than 24 hours.
And you brought her with you to pick me up at work.
Yeah, I brought her with me in my Jeep and put her on the dash. So when Colleen got in, she's like, Lexa came. I have head games Lexa. She was a separate head that was sold with my Avery, I showed earlier, her and Ida actually, and I got them in the same eBay lot. And that was actually one of the main reasons I wanted that lot in 2014, because the idea of like the separately sold heads was really intriguing. So they came with one body and then the special neck knobs that like make it easy to switch the heads. But I can't deal with the whole like having a separate head thing. I feel it's cruel. So I actually tracked down a lot of Moxie Girlz and Bratz bodies that I think they belonged to a customizer of some kind, because they said that the doll bodies were new, that they literally just like bought the dolls and took them apart. So it was sad because that's not really how I collect, but it's the circle of life. Lexa has a body and she looks really cute in this fashion pack. Second edition Basics Lexa. I got her at the flea market in 2016, and she didn't have her shoes, if I'm not mistaken. These are actually first edition shoes, but I think they're the same as the one she's supposed to come with. And this guy had my singing Snow White, and he had several Moxie Girlz. I was really excited because, again, I very rarely see them, and I very rarely see them in any parts of their original outfits. So she was an exciting find, and I think they're in one of my earlier transformation videos from 2016. World of Sports Lexa. She was one of my very first store-bought Moxie Girlz. I got her on that same Toys R Us trip that I picked out my True Hope, Sophina, and Avery dolls. So I got Sophina, Avery, then Fashion Surprise Sophina, and Lexa, World of Sports Lexa. Just because I remember the reason why I chose this Lexa over World of Sports Avery is because I thought her boxing theme was really unique, and I could tell just looking through her package at her. I could tell that the gloves were really nice quality and the pants. She's actually one of the best quality ones from the set, and she's super charming, and I think boxing really suits her. Then we have Bubble Bath Surprise Lexa. I got her at Toys R Us on sale not long after I got my first three from the set, but her and Monet were not as common to find for some reason. Like, this was the only Lexa I saw, and I never saw one after that, and they're really expensive to get online, which is kind of mind-boggling because I don't think a lot of people collect them, and they're really cheap quality. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they're terrible quality, but I love them nonetheless. And she's got like a similar style hair accessory and earrings, so I wanted them all to coordinate. Then we have Fashion Snaps Lexa. I got her on that $5 Toys R Us sale. I really, really, really wanted this Lexa for two reasons. Number one, I thought she was the coolest one from the line. I loved her like yellow-green outfit and really light purple hair. She was very unique looking for Lexa. And number two, her hair was the most pathetic excuse for box hair I've ever seen. It looked disgusting. It looked like a Brillo pad in the package, and I was really excited to get my hands on it and flat iron it. And I added these cute little braids. And speaking of atrocious hair, I think the only other Moxie Girlz doll that had the same kind of box hair was Poopsie Pets Lexa from 2014. She also looked like she was wearing, her hair looked like loofahs, wiry loofahs. Now, she was the one I most wanted from this wave of Poopsie Pets because I loved her elephant that pooped peanuts. I know it's a really weird reason, but I absolutely loved the idea. So I made her peanut hair clips out of polymer clay. She has another one, but I need to fix it. So the story behind her and Kellen is that, like I had said with Avery, I ordered all three off Toys R Us, and then they couldn't fulfill Lexa or Kellen because they weren't in stock. So I was really devastated, and then I was at Kmart one day in 2015, and I noticed that they had a bunch of new stuff in the sale section, and lo and behold, there were the Poopsie Pets dolls for, I want to say, about half off, and I literally was like, Lexa, and I started walking towards her, and then I realized an employee overheard me, like, freak out, which was kind of embarrassing, because usually I can contain my excitement, but I was so excited about Lexa that I didn't really care. She's still one of my favorite Lexas in my collection. Now we're on to the miscellaneous characters. So these are dolls that I only have one of, or they only made one of. So before Bria, there was Sasha. If you don't know the lore behind Moxie Girlz, they are actually made to supplement Bratz. So there was this whole lawsuit with Mattel and MGA back in the late 2000s because the designer who invented Bratz, Carter Bryant, I think, he used to work for Mattel, and he took the idea for Bratz and presented it to Mattel. They didn't want it. Then he ended up working for MGA, and he used the idea that he was supposed to use just for Mattel at MGA, and then that caused a whole war, and at some point Mattel temporarily won the lawsuit, and they were actually court ordered to pull Bratz from the shelves to be incinerated. I'm not joking. And of course MGA had to come up with a new doll line, so they came up with Moxie Girlz because they have a snap-on feet like Bratz and the oversized heads, but they had to change up the idea enough to get away with it, basically. And Sasha is actually the only repeated character name, so they're supposed to kind of represent like Yasmin and Jade and Chloe, but they didn't use those same names, just in case you were wondering. So they only made 2 Sashas, Jammas, and Artitude, and I was really interested in getting one of the Sasha dolls they made, and Artitude happened to be the one I liked the most because she came with 2 outfits and she's got this really pretty long hair, and I got her in that lot on eBay with my other 2009 Artitude dolls. She's really awesome. Then we have the twins, Sarai and Jalen. I love twin dolls. If you watch my other collection videos, then you know Mary-Kate and Ashley dolls were some of my absolute favorites as a kid, and naturally I loved the idea of Bratz twins for that reason. And when I found out they made Moxie twins, I knew I had to get them, especially because they are they have like tan skin and really unique features. So I stalked them for a while, and then I found someone who had them on eBay for a reasonable price, and I got them boxed, and I ended up ordering them on the same spree as like my Bratz twins, Krista and Leela, and Sierra and Diona. They weren't all from the same seller. The Bratz twins were from one seller, and these were from another, but I kind of like splurged because I really was in a twin mood. And this necklace is actually inspired by the one that was shown on her box. I made this, and the little pearls are actually, they were from a vintage Barbie case that we bought for Skipper clothes, and these were all loose beads that were floating around at the bottom of the box, and they were perfect sized for her. Then we have Magic Snow Owen. He is a god. I love him. Look at that mohawk. I love dolls with mohawks. He is super cute. They only made 3 Owen dolls, I believe. 2. Summer Swim Magic. 2. Summer Swim Magic and Magic Snow. And I always wanted Magic Snow especially. He comes with this really rad outfit. These Magic Snow dolls are amazing quality. And Magic Snow Jackson's always been one of my favorite dolls. So I wanted Owen, but I didn't find him for a good deal until this year. Colleen actually found him one night when I was making stuff, and then she was online shopping and she found him.
And I wasn't supposed to be shopping.
And he was, I think, less than $20.
Yeah, he was a really good deal.
He was like a really, really good deal, and he was boxed. And that was like including the shipping and everything. So I was like, alright, when are you going to find a boxed Moxie Boys doll for such a good deal? He's amazing. Then we have Prince and Princess Chance. So they look like a bridal pack. He comes with a Marin. They look like a bride and groom, but they're marketed as Prince and Princess. I saw these all the time at Toys R Us back in 2011 when I started collecting dolls again. And at the time, I thought Moxie Girlz looked kind of cheap, and I was telling myself I didn't like them, but I remembered this set, so when it was still in Toys R Us, when I got into collecting them 3 years later, I had to get it. We made a special trip to get them. I think they were like the second trip of Moxie Girlz I ever got.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and they were half off or something, and we knew they were on sale. I think were they like $7 or something ridiculous?
They were really cheap.
They were really cheap. And I wanted Chance because they don't make a lot of boys. They only made 3 characters, Owen, Jackson, and Chance, and this is his only appearance. So then we have Fairy Brighton. I got her at Big Lots on sale. She was really cheap, and I liked her outfit, and I wanted a Brighton doll. I wish I had more. I just don't find her as often. Like, when they were in stores, I didn't really see her too often. And this flower crown was actually a tester that I made for another one of my Moxie Girlz, and I just thought it went well with her outfit. She's very cute and whimsical. And then we have Me and My Sister Neve. So this is one of the little sister Moxie Girlz dolls. They only made Avery and Neve for the Me and My Sister set, but they did bring back this mold later on for the Target Friends line. However, those dolls have real feet. She actually has snap-on feet, and part of why I wanted to buy that lot on Mercari that had some Magic Snow dolls and me and my sister set was because I knew if I found this doll secondhand and she didn't have her shoes, like, what the heck am I gonna do? These are the only shoes they made like this. She's adorable, and I made her this little ice cream cone necklace so she'd match her sister. She's the most precious thing ever. I love her to bits and pieces, and I really wish they made more in this set. And then the last dolls are all from the Storytime Princess collection. You'll note that I have doubles of all the characters but 2. So we have Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Pocahontas, Snow White, Ariel, and Jasmine. So these are technically, in the United States, they're not labeled Moxie Girlz. However, if you bought them outside the country, the packaging was branded Moxie Girlz, and they have real feet. They don't have snap-on feet, and they have really cheap hollow bodies. But they use this head and body mold combo. They're both 2014, I think. These were used for the Target Friends line. They were like really cheap budget Moxie Girlz. So you might ask, why the heck do you have 2 sets? This seems ridiculous. Okay, so the main version that was available in the United States came with one of the double characters, so Jasmine, Ariel, Snow White, and Sleeping Beauty. And Cinderella was the 5th character. And I remember Colleen actually found them at Toys R Us one day when we were looking at Bratz. She was like, Shelly, you have to see this. And I saw this amazing 5-pack of princess-themed Moxie Girlz, or Moxie Girl lookalikes, and I wanted them. So I stocked them online, and then they went on sale on Toys R Us's website, and I bought them marked down with free shipping. I ended up making them all like different, all of them, all sets. I made them all something, but they're all supposed to come with plastic crowns like this. And I was really excited to spruce them up because I knew they were cheap quality. However, when I had posted these to my Flickr back in 2015, somebody says, oh, have you seen the version with Pocahontas? Pocahontas is one of my absolute favorite, like, historical figures and, like, Disney characters. And I could not believe that they had a set with Pocahontas, because if they had both been in stock at the store, sorry, Cinderella, she looks like Elsa, I totally would have gone for the one with Pocahontas. So I was a little salty, and I remember looking online, and they were really, really hard to find in the United States. And over the years, I would always check to see if I could find Pocahontas either by herself on eBay or get a whole other pack for really cheap. I mean, what I paid for my whole pack, which, by the way, was like, God, it was like, I think it was about the same price I paid for my on sale pack at Toys R Us.
Yeah, I don't think we did
that. The seller lost money because they put the wrong shipping amount or something. People paid more for just Pocahontas, basically, than I got a whole second pack for. And I figured I'd just get the other pack because I was on eBay and I saw them pop up and it was a buy it now and it was really cheap and I got super excited and I always wanted Pocahontas. And I did check to make sure there weren't any loose Pocas by themselves. So I got the second set. So the way I can tell them apart is this is from my first set, she's from my first set, she's from my first set, she's from my first set, and this Jasmine, who her accessory I made is behind her. Those are my first sets.
And the theme is kind of cloth flowers.
Yeah, they were cloth flowers and then necklaces, because you can see I made some of them necklaces. And then my second series of dolls, I gave them mostly resin things. So this flower in the center is made from resin. These centers of flowers are made from resin. So is that actually has like beads mixed in with resin.
Jasmine has resin.
And she has glitter and resin. And then I made her this necklace. And I made her this necklace from this Ariel charm I got in a flea market lot. So I made them all stuff. And then Pocahontas has, this is a pin that was my grandmother's. Yeah. So I had a lot of fun redesigning accessories for my second pack. And they pretty much look the same. The only difference is that my second pack, they have a healthier looking skin tone. These dolls from my first, almost translucent for some reason. And they all aged pretty well. I mean, I had them on display for like over 5 years. And you can tell that their outfits are all in pretty much the same condition, except Jasmine. This metallic fabric, like I said before, it fades really easily. And I think just because she got a little bit of sun on the shelf she's on, or was on, I moved her, it helped fade it. But I love them all. So now on to some of my smaller subgroups where I have multiples of the characters, but not too many. We're going to start with Bria. This is Magic Snow Bria. She is fabulous. I think she's the prettiest Bria in my collection. Now maybe I'm biased because she has glittery makeup and lovely saran hair. I always wanted to have the entire Magic Snow line, but for years I just had Jackson and Kellen. They were the only ones I found in the wild. And so this year, after I got that lot on Mercari that had Avery and Sophina, I was like, kind of want to find Owen and Bria so then I can have the whole set. I'm not usually a completist, but when I'm really into a doll type, it's fun to have like the whole line. These dolls are very inspired too by Wintertime Wonderland Brats from 2003. They're amazing quality. So I bought her on eBay boxed, and I'm so happy I did because she's gorgeous. Then we have my 5th edition basics Bria, and this is So Stylish Bria. Got them the same day, I believe, at Toys R Us. Now, a lot of times with the African dolls, they're in their own assortment, like Sasha and AA Barbies and Bria. Sometimes they're not, but many times they are, and that'll be why you'll either find none or tons. And Toys R Us had tons of these Brias left over, and I always would look at them since I started collecting Moxie Girlz in 2014, and I would kind of ponder, like, oh, maybe I should get them. But I decided to wait until they went on sale, and I think they were about half off each, and I bought the pair. I like So Stylish Bria's outfit a little bit better. Then we have Bubble Bath Surprise Bria. I got her the same night I got Bubble Bath Surprise Avery and Sophina, but at a different store. So that Walmart location, the oasis of many out-of-date toys, was not too far from a Toys R Us, and that Toys R Us had this Bria marked down. She was pretty cheap. I think she was 10. Like, yeah, $10. I was about to say.
I remember because Avery was 5, Sophie was 15, and Bria was 10.
Yeah. She has this really cool white pearlish looking outfit, and I think it complements her skin really nicely because it contrasts, so she's gorgeous. And of course I made her earrings and a hairpiece to match. We have World of Sports Bria. I got her on sale with the other World of Sports dolls that I mentioned earlier. Her outfit's not the nicest quality. I'd say it's one of the least nice quality ones from the line. Then we have my Magic Hair Head Games Ida, who is a separate head. I got her on eBay in the same lot as Avery and my Lexa head, and I did get this body from the same lot I got Lexa's, and I dressed her in this cool fashion pack. And then this is the Target 3-pack made from recycled Best Friends fabric. This is Ida. I love how Ida has brown hair and brown eyes.
She's my favorite of that 3-pack.
Yes, and I'm just realizing looking through the camera that this eye is way smaller than that eye. This is Straight A Style Ida. I got her at Toys R Us. Now I remember that day specifically, they had all of the Straight A Style dolls on sale for half off, and I was originally going to buy all 3, and Diner Draculaura, who was also on sale. And then I'm like, this is ridiculous. I need to get my shopping under control because I'm a more is more person. So I put them all back and just bought Ida, which honestly I regret because it's really hard to get Moxie Girlz, certain ones on eBay, because people want stupid money for them boxed. And I do really love them, so I definitely wouldn't have regretted buying them. I mean, Diner Draculaura, I got her secondhand, not with her diner though. So she's really well made, and the reason why I chose her is because her pants have this amazing lace detail, and they're real denim, and her shirt has all of these details like this cool underlayer and these little straps. It's all one piece, but it's really cool. And then this is Fashion Surprise Ida. I got her on sale for $5 at Toys R Us when they ran that promotion, and she was my first Ida. I wanted an Ida doll because I thought that her like features were very unique, and what's cool about her is she has like pink underneath her hair, which is really awesome, and I made her this hair accessory which I think complements her outfit. Then we have Magic Snow Jackson. And while I'm at it, I guess I should talk about True Hope Jackson, this one right here, because I got them in such close succession that I really can't remember who I had first. I think I had True Hope Jackson first. So he was my second Moxie Girlz doll ever. I got him on Father's Day 2012 at this large outdoor flea market that was actually set up in a drive-in movie theater at night. And we went with my dad's best friend. It was a few weeks after my dad passed away, and he took us out. This flea market has since closed, which is really sad, but it was an awesome day. We had a lot of fun with my dad's friend Jimmy. We found that group of individually sold dolls that we bought together, and this Jackson was the most glorious one from the whole lot. I'm not gonna lie, I fell in love with him. I have a special fondness for male dolls, and he has this beautiful fuzzy flocked head, which has some fibers on it, but and he had this really well-made outfit that reminded me of my Bratz dolls from my childhood. So I just, even though I didn't collect Moxie Girlz at the time, I couldn't part with him. And this Jackson and True Hope Jackson actually lived with my Bratz dolls for several years until I got Moxie Girlz, and then they merged with the Moxie Girlz. And this is Pirate Jackson. I got him on sale at Toys R Us for half off. He sat around for ages, just like the Prince and Princess set. And so it kind of made me feel a little bit nostalgic for him, because I used to see this doll all the time when we would be at Toys R Us with Dad. And my doll has this like eyebrow defect because he was boxed so long that his patch rubbed off some of his paint. That's why he's not wearing it. I do have it. And then, like I said, these are True Hope Jacksons. So this was the guy that I got with my True Hope Cameron. Now, I heard about these dolls released before they came out. My dad was still alive at that point, and when I told him that they were making dolls to donate money for cancer, Bratz and Moxie Girlz, my dad was like, oh, that sounds like your kind of thing. I'll take you out. I'll buy you some of them the day they come out. But he passed away before that happened. And so we didn't go out the day they were released, because obviously we were going through a lot. But it was not too long after, probably a week or two later, we did go to Toys R Us, and I knew I wanted Cameron, but when I saw Jackson, I liked him too, and really special for that reason. I'm so glad that I got him, and I believe he was, like I said, my first Moxie Girlz doll ever. And then this is Jay, formerly named Jason, but Colleen has bad experience with men in that name, so
We changed the name.
I named him Jay. She got him for me for $1 box of the Salvation Army.
Oh yeah, he was marked at 2, but I got him for 1 because I got a discount because my kids were helping out that day in the Salvation Army.
And we have my 2 Magic Snow Kellens. Now, this is my first Kellen. I got her at an antique store. Now, this was a place we used to go to with Dad quite often. I think it opened in 2011 when my dad was really sick, but we would go there all the time. And then after he passed away, we would pop in every once in a while, and they would have these cases, these glass cases with some of the more expensive items. And for some reason, Kellen was in there with like vintage Barbies, like from the 60s and 70s, but I could see her little tag hanging down that said $8, which, by the way, is absolutely absurd. But I felt so bad because I knew she wasn't really collectible to other people, so she'd just kind of sit and rot. Plus, I loved the Magic Snow line, so I forked over the $8 for her, and I have no regrets. And actually, this hat and this scarf did not come with her. They came with my second Kellen over here. She was in that lot from Mercari that came with my Magic Snow Avery and Sophina, and I also got a second Magic Snow cabin, and I just crimped her hair and dressed her in my Magic Snow Tent Lexa's outfit. I don't have Lexa, but I have her outfit in Tent, and I think she looks really cool. And then I just stole her extra fixins and gave them to my antique store Kellen. Kellen is Colleen's favorite character from the Moxie Girlz line.
I think so, yeah. There's something about Kellen I really like.
This is 2012 Super Basics Kellen. She is from the same line as this Super Basics Monet. They're basically just Moxie Girlz that come without earrings but ear holes, a simple outfit, and then bare feet. I got them both at Big Lots in 2014, and the funny thing is, I don't know why, when I was making my Moxie Girlz guide, I saw this wave, and I was like, they're awesome, I want them, I have to have them. And so
She took me to Big Lots looking for them.
yeah, and then I found the whole line, but I ended up just buying my 2 favorites, which were Monet and Kellen. Then we have World of Sports Kellen. I got her at Toys R Us on sale with all of my other World of Sports dolls. She's a real cutie. And then we have Camping Adventures Kellen, who is just one of the cutest things in the whole entire world. I got her for half off at Walmart with Avery and Sophina, as I mentioned before. But she was actually my second favorite. I liked Avery's outfit the best, but I like Sophina's accessories the most.
Dog food.
Yeah, doll food. But I think overall, like doll combined with outfit, Kellen was my favorite. I don't know. I really like them, love them a lot, and I'm so glad I have this set. And then we have Painter Kellen. She's actually from The Wave as Baker, Sophina, and Avery. I don't know why, but she is. She was advertised with them. I didn't like her as much as the Baker dolls when I first saw them at Toys R Us because she's not food related, but I've always loved a good art doll. Like Generation Girl Laura was one of my favorites. I played with her stuff all the time, and So Little Time Ashley came with art supplies, so naturally I wanted Kellen too. But she wasn't at Toys R Us when I got the other two on sale, which was really upsetting, and I kept looking everywhere for her, but I just couldn't find her on sale. And then we went out to Kmart and Walmart, a different Walmart than our local one, and I found her the same day I got my Invisibility at Kmart. She was at Walmart.
And didn't you get your Switch-A-Witch doll?
Yes, I did. She was at Walmart with that Switch-A-Witch doll I named Cornelia, and she was $7 or $8, I think.
Yeah, she was cheap.
Yeah, she's in my Flickr treasure hunt album, one of the older photos. Then we have Poopsie Pets Kellen. As I said before, ordered her from Toys R Us's website. The order got canceled because she wasn't in stock. Found her at Kmart for half off. I really love her outfit. Her outfit is my favorite from this line, and she has a really cute pet too. She's the tiger, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I want the first Poopsie Pets Kellen with the poop and unicorn.
See, I like the tiger because Dad's favorite animal was the tiger.
Yeah, I want the poop and unicorn.
She's awesome. Then we have Knitting Fun Kellen. Ah, behold, I never thought I'd have this doll. She's actually really unique looking. I think it's because she doesn't have bangs, and most of my other Kellens have those blunt bangs. So I found her originally on eBay, like I said, from the same seller that had Avery. So I ordered them for quite cheap on eBay from that seller, and then someone else had Sophina, so I got Sophina for a little bit more money. Then the seller lost Avery and Kellen somehow. Couldn't even find them in their house. And I had Sophina coming, and I'm like, great, my least favorite from the line is the one that's coming, and she's just going to be a reminder of how I don't have Kellen and I don't have Avery. So then I was looking everywhere on the internet. There wasn't any other Kellen on eBay or Mercari or anywhere. And there hadn't been in months, because you can go back and look at like the past 3 months of what sold. I thought I would never have this doll, and then she turned up on Walmart's website, still in stock, for factory price, like the original retail price of $20. I thought this has to be some fluke, because I've ordered out-of-date things like that from other websites like Kmart, and they'll just send you random stuff because they don't actually have it. I went out on a limb and I ordered her, but because I was a little bit shady, like I don't want her to come and then like order her and then her not to show up and get like a bag of candy or something and not have the doll. So I ordered my Cave Club Wild About Sleepovers Tella doll at the same time, so then at least I would have Tella to make me feel better because I'm a big child. And I wanted her anyways, and she had just come out. So it turns out they actually both came from a Walmart warehouse, and they both shipped together, and they both came on the same day, and she was real, and there was only one left in stock after I ordered her. So I was super, super lucky.
And I think what freaks me out about that whole thing is it said there were only like 2 left in stock, right? But what freaks me out is that when we ordered Charlie's Marisol doll back in 2005, American Girl only has the one warehouse in Wisconsin. So they had to send someone manually to look for that last Marisol doll. This was like almost that same number of leftover dolls. But Walmart's a huge corporation with multiple warehouses. I'm like, how are they even going to know whether or not they still have her? I didn't think she was going to come.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was really amazing luck, and I'm so glad to have her. And I did knit this scarf, but I kind of messed up on part of it because I was getting impatient.
Fabulous.
Then we have my best friend's Artitude Marin. I really wanted a Marin for some reason when I first started looking at Moxie Girlz seriously in 2014, and there was this one video I watched, and it's since been deleted. I don't watch doll YouTube anymore because I just would like to kind of cleanse my palette, and I don't want my videos to unintentionally like take inspiration from other collectors or anything. I like them to be my own thoughts and opinions. But back then I would occasionally watch things, and I looked up Moxie Girlz, and this person had a bunch of them, but they weren't being very nice to them. They were throwing them in the video and giggling about cut hair and like stuff they put in the hair, and they had several beautiful Marin dolls that I was very jealous of that they were treating like garbage, and it made my heart break. And so I really wanted a Marin, and black hair with blue eyes is one of my favorite combinations on a doll. And I knew this Marin would probably have saran hair because most of the Artitude dolls from 2010 do. So I got her on eBay in that lot with my horseback fun, Sophina. And then I got this Snow White Marin from Big Lots on sale because why not? She was Marin. I believe she was my second Marin in my collection. And I love Snow White. It's one of my favorite Disney dolls to collect, so I had to get her. And then we have Prince and Princess Marin, who was sold with Chance, and she looks more like a bride. She was my first Marin. I got her at Toys R Us like a week or two after I got my first dolls, and I think she's spectacular. She might not have as nice quality hair as this Marin, but she's stunning. I love how long it is. I love her shimmery bodice. Then we have my Super Basics Monet. I already mentioned that I got her at Big Lots with Kellen, but I love this dress. It's so bright and cheerful, and I loved making these little wiggly earrings to go with it. Then we have Bubble Bath Surprise Monet. She was my white whale of all of my Moxie Girls, and you might think that's ridiculous because this is such a cheap kitty line, but I kid you not, I looked for this doll in stores, on eBay, for years, and I believe I've even mentioned her on my channel before because I remember someone sent me a link to one on eBay that was like $10, but it was just the doll, no skirt, no accessories. And so I didn't buy her because I really wanted a nice one because my others were all store-bought, and I love to photograph them like as sets for my Flickr collections and lines album. And we had a lot of fun calling actually blue bubbles and stuff for their photos.
That photo shoot took me like 5 hours.
Yeah, and there's a lot of swearing. Looked for her everywhere, and at the time, back in 2014, I would find these dolls on eBay, but they would be like close to $40, and I'm like, that's a lot of money to pay for a doll that was recently in stores, so I'll wait. And then like in a few years, if she's still that price, we'll revisit it. Well, all those years later, I never saw one sell for less than that. I rarely saw them online at all, and so I saw her pop up on Amazon. I think Amazon recommended her to me.
Yeah, Amazon, that's the thing. Amazon's been like that internet stalker that keeps sending me links to things they think I'll buy, and that's actually what broke me with Monet.
Yeah, so
they kept reminding me she was there.
I bought Monet for $35. Was she quality-wise worth it? No, but for the jollies, yes. And I rarely pay that much for a single fashion doll, but
my rationale was kind of that we were willing to pay the same for like 2 of Shelly's knitting fun dolls, so I'm like, if we're in that same price range for them when she actually wanted Monet longer, and I know that's what Monet was selling for on eBay even back in the day, so I was willing.
And I just want to say, I had this flower and purple charms set aside for her since 2014 when I got my others. Like, I had it planned. Like, I had it all visualized what I was going to make her, so I'm very excited. I gave her the cool octopus charms. These are amazing. Then we have Fashion Snaps Monet. I wanted to get her on that $5 sale that Toys R Us had for Fashion Snaps and Fashion Surprise, but they didn't have Monet. She was always the harder character to find for some reason. I got her, oh gosh, quite a few months later. She was also on sale, but not quite as cheap. But I love her. She's got this really beautiful red hair, which is kind of like the color that her lowlights typically are, but her whole head is that, which is amazing. And then we have Fantasy Hair, my gorgeous Monet. I love her color scheme. It's my favorite color scheme from this set. I got her on Amazon. As I mentioned, I stocked these dolls, but they just were never carried at stores around here, and they were hard to find online. I absolutely love her, and I'm really glad I had the chance to get the whole set because I have a feeling I would have paid like stupid money for them later on if I hadn't been able to get them for retail price. I'm not gonna lie. And then last but not least, we have the glorious Sun-Kissed Magic Hair Monet, who I got at Target for half off. I wanted her the moment I learned that these dolls came out. I first saw them at Target, actually, and I was like, oh, it took everything I had not to buy her, but she was $20, and this doll just came with like a tube of UV gel and an applicator in this outfit. That's it. Like, that's highway robbery. And they weren't even selling well at the time, so I don't know why MGA and Target thought that was a good idea. I ended up getting her an Avery, 2 for the price of 1, and I love her outfit. It's very Kidcore Katie-esque, and she has these fabulous pink streaks in her hair. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of my Moxie Girls, and as I mentioned, there are pictures of them all on my Flickr, and you can check them out whether or not you have a Flickr. And until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.